Hello, my name is Henry Nguyen. I'm a first theologian here studying for the Archdiocese of Oklahoma City.
Thank you, Henry. So, being a first theologian, how many years does that mean that you have been in seminary?
I have been in seminary. This is my fifth year in seminary. I spent 4 years in college seminary at Conception Seminary College in Conception, Missouri.
What is your favorite part about being a seminarian?
Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite part? Um, I love the time set aside for me to pray, but I think the best part is the brotherly fraternity that you gain. Um, yeah, I think that's the best part is that fraternity that you receive, um, being with a group of men who are all chasing the Lord's heart.
What do you find to be the most helpful aspect about Mount St. Mary's Seminary in particular?
Can I say everything? I mean, um, all of it is done so well and so beautifully. Um, the Mount is a beautiful place. It's secluded, um, but also the faculty are top notch. They're the best of the best, and I'm not biased at all, um, but yeah, they're top notch. The professors, the formation, they're the best. And I think that's what really makes um, a Mountie, like the people who form us and um, formation and people like that.
Do you have a favorite spot on campus?
Oh yeah, my favorite spot on campus is up in the grotto. There's this little tiny chapel right before you get to the grotto itself. It's just this little small chapel. The Blessed Sacrament's in there, and it's a beautiful place to go whenever you're on like silent retreat or you got time away. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's quiet, so it's awesome.
Do you have a favorite saint?
Yeah, my favorite saint is Saint John Paul II, JP2. He's my guy. Um, I grew up like just hearing about him through my mom. She was able to go to World Youth Day in Denver, and that's where struck her love for him. And then as I got older, I kept reading his story and so many trials that he had through life, yet he still had faith in Christ, and that was so profoundly beautiful. Yeah, and he's just a great example, and I think she's kind of awesome.
Favorite movie?
Oh man, okay. All time, or what do you mean?
Just favorite movie.
Okay,
You can be of all time or in this moment. Yeah.
all time is a movie I think everyone knows is Top Gun. That is my all-time favorite movie ever. Growing up, I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and man, just being Maverick and Goose flying all over places, buzzing towers. It was awesome. So, um, but in a little bit more of kind of a thinking movie is Inception. That was also a really good one, and I really enjoyed it in philosophy. Like whenever you started thinking again about what's about to happen and things like that. So those are probably my top two movies.
Do you have a favorite drink?
Oh, yes. Okay, so if you ask me what I would drink, it'd either be it's sweet tea, but it has to be good sweet tea. Being from Oklahoma, you can't have kind of like bland tea. No, no, no. It has to be sweet tea. And if there's not good sweet tea, Dr. Pepper. You can always find Dr. Pepper everywhere. So those two kind of bounce back and forth.
Who are you most grateful for?
Oh, the seminarian answer would be Jesus. Um, but that's kind of a cop out.
I guess I should have qualified. Other than Jesus Christ, who alive? Who alive or who
Jesus is alive, Robert.
who I guess I don't.
Yeah, probably my grandpa, my family in general, but specifically my grandpa. Um, he was kind of that the leader of the house and the leader of the family who really taught me how to pray, um, against my own will sometimes. but he was really that example growing up and his story. So he was a Navy captain in the Vietnam War for the Southern Vietnamese Navy. He was trying to get refugees out of the country, and he successfully did one trip. And he said, "We got to go back. There's more people." On his way back, he got caught as a POW um, by the Viet Cong and was a POW for a long time. And because he was a high-ranking official as a captain, the Viet Cong kind of used him kind of like a pawn of like, "Oh, if you give us this, and we'll give you that," kind of that stuff. And so, hearing his story and the struggles during the while he's a POW, but keeping his faith was so beautiful, and uh, that really pushed me over the edge to come to seminary. I told myself if my grandpa can endure, many years of being a POW, I can endure 1 year of seminary. And so it's been 5 years of beautiful growth. And so, yeah, I pray for him every day, and I'm so thankful for his witness of faithfulness.
How can people watching pray for you?
They can pray for me in my continual studies, but also pray for the young men across the country, but specifically because I'm from Oklahoma, the men in Oklahoma to answer the call to um, be Christ priests. Um, in this time of trial where the church is rebuilding, we need good young men to say yes to the Lord. And if we could pray for that courage and courage for me to continue on saying yes to the Lord, that I may be worthy to be his priest.
All right, one last question. If you could tell the whole world one thing, what would it be?
The first thing to come in mind is like Jesus is alive, but then there's like an asterisk to it, right? Because Jesus is alive, his church is alive, and we need to be able to live that out. And what does that mean is by living faithfully, but also joyfully. I think that sometimes I even get caught up in this is where we forget to spread Christ's joy and his love for other people. Um, and that's all encompassing that Christ is alive. We need to live like true Christians by living what he taught us, but also living faithfully um, and joyfully in our lives.
Great, thank you very much, Henry.